going to do some adjustment on our pedals. So this is our 2006 WRX right-hand drive. So if you are in the US, your pedals will be different because your clutch pedal has a weird thing that kind of goes up and over, and it's almost behind the gas pedal. So we have a few tools here, a couple wrenches. There you go. I think it's just gonna be 12, maybe a 10, and got a little bit of grease. I use this one. It's just a silicone grease, but I use it on everything. It's the air filter sealing grease from K&N rag to help clean up. So the biggest thing is there's like play before it catches. That's the clutch pedal, brake pedal, same thing. And I'd like to get them a bit even so we can adjust the height and we can take out that little bit of a play in it too. There is a tiny bit of a squeak on the clutch pedal, and we'll look to see if we can address that as well while we're up in here. So I hate being up under the dash because I'm not the smallest and it's uncomfortable, but we can get in here and really kind of make a difference. How do I know how to do most of this stuff and all the torque settings and stuff? Well, I use manuals. I've got a couple manuals from emanualonline.com. I've got one for the Jeep, the Subaru, from the Porsche. And yeah, it gives you all the settings that you need. It gives you it's a service manual from the workshop. So it says a procedure, how to do it. I'll put a link in the video description down below so you can go get one for yourself. Really handy to have. I must say, I've made my dad get one for his cars, and my brother, I made him get one for his Pathfinder as well. So it's just super easy. You just put in your vehicle. So let's look at our Porsche Cayman. It's a 981. And there you go. There's the service and repair manuals for the Porsche Boxsters and Cayman 981s. So yeah, it's link in the description below. Click it through and it'll take you to their site, and you can just get your new manual. It really makes a big difference, especially torque specs, because you always got to try to look on the internet. I found multiple torque specs for different things you look on the internet, but this is the actual service manual, so it'll be correct. The parts of the clutch pedal system, I got a cable there, hard to see. There's a switch, which is what you need to have pushed in, obviously, to let the system start. There's a little stopper pad, and then you've got a threaded rod that goes through the firewall that is connected to the master cylinder. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to adjust the distance out. So we'll do the threaded rod first, and that you get this little jam nut on the back here. And what size is that? Huh? That's a 12 mil nut. You just want to break it loose, and that should be enough to start moving things here. So once that's loose, we can then do it. Now, this rod goes through a black rubber. So pushing the pedal, just taking the tension off, it's really easy to move it in and out. So what I've done, I've just got it now in line, moved it about 1.5 centimeters. It's now in line with the brake pedal. So that's as far as we want to go. Now, before we lock it off, we've got a few things like our stopper here seems to have, okay. This spring-loaded stopper is no longer in contact. So we want to get that in contact. So we're going to wind that back out a bit. We've gone too far. Okay, we're now engaging this little spring here at the top. So that is working there to dampen it. Now we'll need to, you see further in, there's a rubber stop here. That is the clutch spring. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to see how there's a bit of movement there. It's quite annoying. I'm just going to thread that clutch stopper switch down a bit so it's just touching, and that'll get rid of that little click movement we've got in it. It doesn't sound like much, but when it's coming back up, it kind of hangs on it. So we'll just adjust that. It is a huge pain in the butt to do. But yeah, because you've got a nut on the inside. Ooh, you see it? A nut up on the inside there, as well as one on the top of the switch. So, but that's good. We got some play. You know, we got a lot of that play taken out now. Just a tiny bit now, but it's not kind of like so much it's jamming up, and we're still on the stops. We can actually. So that's just where it catches. So we can move it a couple more millimeters, but I think we're pretty good. And it's a 14 mil nut top and bottom. And yeah, that'll get rid of that play. Fantastic. So I thought, well, we're kind of got that adjusted now on the switch. Let's give it a go and see if we can change the rod and see what happens there. So a couple turns of the rod, and look at that. Now I've got no play at all. So that's going to be a nice clutch pedal. That's going to release nice and easy and not have that kind of binding feel. But now it's going to, got to remember to do up the switch clip on top. So that'll get rid of that binding feel. Now we'll get rid of the, now we got to do up the switch clip on top. Very important to remember that. And how that goes in. There we go, that's clipped back in. And now we start greasing everything. So we'll grease the point where it comes through that rubber boot. We'll get up and grease that spring. We'll grease all the contact pads here. So little pad there, contacts, the switch contacts there. There's a pad, you can see the white thing of it there. And that should eliminate any squeak and future squeak. So that now, smooth all the way down and up. When I first pumped it, it squeaked a little, and then of course the grease on the shaft has gone through that rubber boot and is getting nice and smooth. So good result there. Now we'll adjust the brake pedal. You can hear just that little clicky play that's there, so we'll just get rid of that. So it's just put your toe on the pedal and it's firm, you know, don't have that little wobble happening. Okay, the brake pedal, so it's, you can see and hear that. So we need to get that brake pedal, need that brake pedal switch to come down a little bit so that it takes up that play that's there. And yeah, very dusty on these pedals. Give that a clean too. Just wipe down. Okay, now it's up in here a little bit. So that again is a top and a bottom nut, 14 mils, and we'll just crack the bottom one and we should be able to get it moving then. All right, that seems to be kind of loose already. Yeah, okay, that's already loose. So without taking the switch out, I was able to do it. So it's just a matter of getting my finger up kind of in behind this little bracket and twisting that nut all the way. So that's all the way down on that switch, and there's just tiny bit of play on that now. So happy with that. I think that's as far as we can go getting that down. But what we could of course do is put a bit of foam or something on this top of this pedal where the switch actually sits. So but I don't want, you know, you can see the firewall moving there, the plunger into the firewall. Don't really want to preload that too much, but we can actually probably do that by adjusting this rod and see if we can get rid of that play on that too. Make that rod a little bit bigger. So, typical always being weird, that nut on the rod for the brake pedal is a 17 mil. So let's see if we can extend this out now and get a little bit more contact on there. Oh yeah, there we go. Didn't take much at all. Okay, there we go, much better contact. So we'll snug all this up now. All right, check this out. No more play. That just gets into the brake. No more play. Just gets on the clutch. Perfect. All right, that's what we want. Still good pedal placement. This is actually not too bad a car to heel toe in. This is a bit flimsy, but I think that's just the way they are. So there we go. We have adjusted the pedals. All right, straight away, the little tactile adjustments, always, you know, you notice them straight away. So the clutch pedal doesn't have that kind of bump at the top. The brake pedal is just, doesn't have that little gap at the top. Really just little adjustments. You know, we did a new shift knob. We just replaced it with an original one. We just got that from Subaru. Just nice little things that make, you know, that you're touching that always feel really good, and you notice them when you notice the difference.